As One Piece continues to move into its final saga, and the race to become Pirate King becomes more serious, it is becoming increasingly clear who the final players in this grand chase will be. Along with the Marines and the world government, it seems as though this war will be between the Yonkos themselves. However, out of these four individuals, one motivation appears to be drastically different from the others: Shanks. The difference is especially notable when examining the terminology that each of the Yonko in the story have used so far, when explicitly stating that their goal is to go take the One Piece. And thanks to the translation work of Sandman_AP, a trusted translator of the One Piece scans, English-speaking fans like myself are able to pick up on the nuances of some of this Japanese writing in this exact dialogue. When looking at the different characters used for each of these declarations for Buggy, Big Mom and Kaido, and Shanks respectively, there is a key difference in the tone that the word take has. While Buggy's translation of the word toru is more closely associated with the concept of harvesting, earning, and winning one's keep and prize, Big Mom and Kaido's own speech more closely resembles the concept of taking and capturing something with your own power. And then there's Shanks, whose translation more commonly referred to the version of the word that would mean to steal, or to snatch away from another person. And out of all these statements, that tone is definitely the most sinister when it comes to chasing this coveted treasure. It's odd to think of Shanks, a character that is often depicted as a peacekeeper of sorts, referring to this sacred treasure that his own captain glorified with such a malcontented tone. When looking at his right hand's face after making this declaration, it appears that even he is a bit concerned at this shift in nature from his captain. So, if Shanks is meant to be this upstanding man, an upstanding pirate, why is it that he has this sort of approach to the ultimate dream that would more fit the character of somebody like Blackbeard? Well, I believe it may be due to Shanks' own warped aspirations for the One Piece. Here's my theory. When Roger returned to Shanks and Buggy after the Roger pirates had reached Laugh Tale, it's obvious that they had learned of the future prophecy and of the next Joy Boy. The knowledge of future events has been a consistent theme that they've seen with Odin, Roger, and Rayleigh at points, and with this information, Roger realized that Shanks was not the person who was going to bring about the dawn. And he felt so sure about this that he told Shanks directly as soon as they returned he was not the one meant to follow in his footsteps. In Roger's eyes, he may have been saving Shanks from a life of living for something that was not his destiny from the start. But when looking at this from Shanks' eyes, he likely viewed himself to be the next Pirate King, the next in line, Roger's protege, the same way that Buggy saw him. And looking at his reaction here, this is the face of somebody whose dreams were just shattered. This is enough to turn over somebody's worldview and turn an upstanding future peace-made pirate into somebody with more jaded intentions. And to this point, there have been a multitude of theories about Shanks being an eventual antagonist of the series. And while I'm not entirely convinced that Shanks is being built up to be the ultimate villain of the story, I do think he's being built up to surprise some readers with his true intentions. The intention to steal the One Piece from Luffy. So, what other evidence might back up this claim? Well, let's examine one of Shanks' more recent actions in the story. When visiting Shanks and his crew in a bar on Elbaf, fans are treated to a familiar scene with a young boy asking to join Shanks' crew. Of course, this request is denied, but it is done in the same manner with which Shanks inspired Luffy to take to sea. Perhaps these two are not exclusive cases of Shanks dropping this trail of breadcrumbs to piracy for the next generation. Perhaps when Shanks realized he would not be the one to inherit the treasures of Joy Boy and Roger, then he decided he would find the one who would. He would travel the world, introducing the next generation to the free and enticing life of a pirate in order to find Roger's true inheritor. In Shanks' mind, if he could only find the one prophesized to achieve this dream, then he could use this connection to this individual in order to get close enough and potentially even steal what he believed should have been rightfully his. And now, when flashing forward to the current story, we're following the awakening of Luffy's sun god Nika Fruit and the supposed return of Joy Boy by Zunisha's own words. Shanks is not only finally showing up in the story consistently for the first time, but also revealing his newly kindled aggression for the One Piece. While there's still so much to discover about this story, it is possible that for some reason, the awakening of this fruit was one of those prerequisites that he was waiting on, and part of the reason that Roger and the others were too early. It's so rare for the fruit to find such a proper person to awaken it in this regard, and that may be exactly what they need when they reach the final island. Whatever the reason may be, there is something Shanks can't do on his own to reach this final treasure. There's no doubt he's already one of the strongest characters in the story, with one of the Yonko crews and his own fleet to follow him. If he could do so on his own and he felt this strongly, he would have done so already. So, instead, perhaps it's that he's been waiting on this key, a key that Luffy can give him, and that he can finally take advantage of by making use of those seeds he sowed so many years ago to lead one rubber pirate out to the open waters. But that's all I have for today's video. Personally, I think Shanks is such an ambiguous character in so many regards that Oda could really do anything with his final character arc and it would work out beautifully. But I'm excited to learn much more about this red-haired emperor and perhaps his true motivations for chasing the One Piece. But let me know your own thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so more fans of the story can see this video and start the discussion. Thank you for watching, and till next time.